and welcome back to Chit N Chat.
So today we're going to be talking about spirituality and belief. So I feel like this topic resonates with me and you so much.
It does.
Like I feel like we always believe in something out there, like a higher power.
I do believe that everyone's spirituality is different.
It is.
It's however you interpret it, because for me personally, my biggest belief is whatever you intake, you become.
Yeah, everything happens for a reason as well.
I mean, it's so broad. This topic's so broad. There's just too much to talk about.
There is.
Honestly.
I mean, where did you even start getting? Because like you said, spirituality is different for everyone else. But what is the one thing that kind of got you into it?
When I was younger, I know that my brother kind of advised me on a lot of things.
Yeah.
Positive mindsets and all of this, and he did have a lot of knowledge.
Yeah.
And then it was kind of up to me to act upon that, because it's easy for someone to just say to you, oh, do this, do that, think positively, change, shift your mindset and all this.
It's easier said than done.
But I did try my best to act upon it. And you kind of learn along the way, I find.
Yeah.
But how about you?
I think I just started, I don't even know where it started from. I just think I've always been quite delusional. Say if something happens, I'll be like, oh, that's happened for a reason. That will lead me onto a better path.
Like 103.
Right. To anyone who knows me, I've had this weird thing happening to me over the last. It was since I met Harry, and that's the weirdest thing. I'll explain what it is. So I always see the number 103, and my house number is 103. When I met Harry, his house number was also 103, which I thought was a bit strange, but I kept on starting to see it everywhere. For example, I've come back from travelling, I was doing my CV the other week, and it was the file 1 out of 103 files, and I thought that's really, really strange. Little things my mum's partner, he had a friend from university, they were in Wales, and they hadn't seen each other for years, and they went to a hockey game, and he was like, oh, how have you been doing? He's like, I'm all good, I've got a new partner now. And he's like, oh, where's she from? My area. And then he was like, I used to live there. And he was like, what road? And he said the road that we live on, and he was like, really, I lived on that road. It's like, what number? I lived in 103. And it's weird things that just keep on happening.
It's not even a coincidence after a bit.
I told my mum about it as well. And she we had a new TV, and she turned it on, and Robbie Williams come on, and he was singing Angels, that song Angels, and it come up, and he just said something at the start. He was like, right, everyone get your prayer mats out. He was like, and turn to page 103. This song is Angels. And I was thinking, my mum literally sent it me, and she was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
because it's weird. And when anything happens in life and I see that number, I know it sounds delusional, but it makes you feel like things are going to be better. The other day I got a call from a job interview. The number ended in 103. It was 102, 103. Do you know what I mean? And in my head, it may not be the right job for me, but the fact that I've just got some sort of guidance, I sound delusional here. I sound like a crazy woman. But honestly, I just believe in it so much, and everyone who I talk to about it probably thinks that I'm delulu, crazy woman at the start, but it's something that just gives me a little bit of peace. If something's bad in life and I see that number, I'll just be like, you know what, I'm on the right track.
Yeah, it's like me with the number 2 though. I've been seeing the number 2 for about a year now. Could be 2, could be 2, 2, could be 2, 2, 2, could be 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Honest to God, it's literally the same as you.
But how do you feel when you see that number? Do you just think
similar to you.
Just brings a bit of hope and gives you a bit of clarification.
Yeah, that I'm alright, I think. But even so, I still don't understand the message it's sending me.
That's the thing. I think you need to obviously research into these things and see what, because 222 is quite broad.
Yeah, but I do know some people might think, oh, the reason why you're seeing it all the time is because you're probably thinking of the number. But I could have weeks without even thinking about it.
And you see it and it stands out to you.
Yeah, I know that some people might think to us that, you know what I mean? But
it resonates with you there, that's the thing. I don't think about 103 all the time. When we were driving back from Manchester the other day, we were driving on a road, and it was a something 103. And I was like, oh, we're going back home to 103, on the road 103. It's just weird, and I just think it's such like a unique number.
It is.
Do you know what I mean? I remember when I was driving to drum sheds, and I was in the car and I was sleeping the whole way, and I woke up and I looked out the right hand side of the window, and we were stopped outside of a house that was 103, and it's just like, you know, when it's just coincidences that just get slightly weird, but like that's what I think. I just think that's my number.
I think spirituality overall, though, I think it's just being open-minded.
It is being open-minded, definitely. I feel like I read into a lot of like books that's not so much like spirituality, but it's like positive affirmations.
And I think it's just understanding other people's perspectives,
Yeah.
how other people think, and realising not everyone thinks the same as you. I think it's so deep.
It is
It's
deep.
so deep, like...
It is. That's why I'm saying, like, I think people like listening to like obviously all this about, you know, 103 or 222.
I mean, that's just one thing. Angel numbers are just one thing. Spirituality can just go on.
That's not a lot of people may not be able to resonate with the whole angel numbers, but I know that a lot of people, they do have like angel number tattoos, or, you know, it's just something that resonates with them. It may not be the same story, it may not be the same reason as to why you see it and how you feel about it, but I think spirituality is different for everyone. Like, it's so broad, but that's what makes it so unique, doesn't it? Because it's personal to you.
Exactly.
It's personal to you. I think, you know, I went on a Bali spiritual healing retreat. I think I told you a little bit about it.
I really want to do it.
We're going to Bali in March.
Gosh.
We're going to Bali in March. But I'll tell you a little bit about my spiritual healing retreat and what I kind of got from it. I was really nervous to do it because I'd seen those things on TikTok, and I probably shouldn't have looked into it too much before I did it. But I booked the full package, and it was like, so it was their palm reading, open aura and chakra experience kind of thing. I don't even know what it was. The trauma healing, and as I did like a water purification ceremony. And I walked in and there was a lady screaming and crying and letting out all her trauma. And I was like, what have I booked for myself? Like, genuinely, what have I actually booked for myself? Because, not to sound like I'm the most positive person alive, but I didn't actually feel like I had any trauma at that point in time. I was travelling, I was living life, I felt free, I felt alive, I didn't feel like I had anything that was dragging me down.
And I bet you thought as well, looking at the woman crying, you probably thought, I'm not going to cry.
Yeah, so I thought to myself, I'm not going to cry. And then the lady said to me, she was like, your healer's ready, and she took me over.
Your healer?
My healer, yeah.
I could do with one of those.
And when I sat down, when I say the energy, he just looked into my soul and he just said hello. And I was like, hi. And he was like, write down your name, your birthday, your signature, and just write any sentence. It could be as long or as short as you want, just write down any sentence. And I just put, I'm from the UK and I'm travelling, because that doesn't really give him an insight into my careers, my relationship, anything like that. And he said, what hand do you write with? And I was like, my right hand. And he was like, get your left hand out. And when he touched my hand, I closed my eyes, I felt some sort of energy. I sound delulu for saying this, but I felt some sort of energy. And when I opened my eyes, he was like, right. He was like, your health line. He was like, it's really long. He was like, you're going to live a long life. It's this line here.
Can you show me just so I can check
It's that one. It's that one.
Oh, okay.
He said that your health line, it's really long. But he said, you've got loads of little lines in between it. And I said, what does that mean? And he said, you smoke, don't you? Now, I don't smoke. I just vape. Socially.
I don't smoke, I'm just a vape.
Yeah, but like, that hit hard because I was like, oh my God, how does he know? Like, how does he know? And he was like,
crazy.
He was like, you really need to focus on your backbone and your liver as well. He said, if you do a job where you lift up heavy things, he said, no, don't do that anymore. And my previous job before I went travelling was at Sainsbury's. That's what I did throughout university. That's what I did. Do you know what I mean? And I was like, I've got to watch my back. I'm a liver. Maybe I shouldn't drink as much wine. And then he went on to my relationship. So he said, you're in a really good relationship. He said, you need to communicate. And I'm not very good at communication. Like, when I'm present with someone, for example, if I see you, I'm with you. Like, I don't go on my phone, I talk to you.
Yeah.
I don't like going on my phone.
I've noticed that.
I don't. So, I don't communicate that well. Like, if I'm out, I just won't go on my phone, I just won't message. And he said, you need to communicate. He said, you've got some long distance coming your way. Now, obviously, I've come back from travelling. Harry's back in Cornwall. I've been in my local area for like the last month or so since I've got back. I haven't seen him, and we have had to communicate, and it's kind of like I knew that was going to happen, and then I kind of realised like shit, the things that he's saying is actually true.
Yeah.
He also said to me that I'm going to be confused about careers, that I'm going to get myself into a career and it's not going to be my forever career, and if I do have a career change, that's going to be the right career for me. He also said that I need more metal around me.
I remember that.
He said that I just have like a lot of wood in my house, which my whole house is wood. He said, you have no photo frames in your room, do you? I said, no, I don't. And it was just weird. So then after that, we obviously did the trauma healing therapy, and I didn't think I could really cry, but although the palm reading did open up some sort of emotion for me, because I was like, wow, like he can kind of read me.
Yeah, it got you started.
Yeah.
It got you, yeah.
And he just laid me down. He said, think of all the negative things that happened in your life. He was like, loneliness, sadness, heartbreak, and he started bringing up all these like words that kind of triggered me in a way. Like I thought about like different things that happened in my life that may not have even upset me at the time, and I started crying. Like he was tapping my shoulders, he was tapping my head, and he was like, that's good, Sophie, that's good. He was like, carry on. He was like, let it out. But I felt comfortable with him. I felt like I was safe.
Yeah.
Like I felt like I could cry and open up in front of him.
I think certain people as well, you do pick up on other people's energy.
Yeah.
And I think I can kind of imagine how he was as a person.
Yeah. He was so calm, such a calm in nature. And then after I cried, he brought me into a happy space. He was like, think of a happy place. And my happy place would probably just be like, I don't know, some beautiful island, and I'd just be on my own, just sipping on a coconut or something. But I thought of a rose or a poppy field. Now that's not something that I've really found like beautiful in my life. Like I've not looked at it and thought, wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah, it's strange that that's came to your mind.
And that's the one thing that comes to my mind, that I was in like a field of poppies and roses or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he just got me back in the negative place, and then he got me back in the happy place. I kept on going in and out until I physically couldn't cry anymore. And he was like, I hope you feel healed now.
Do you feel healed?
Yeah, it was weird because like we did that water purification ceremony after. I literally had to strip off naked, by the way. Put this like robe around me, and I walked in there, and he gave me like, there was like this big basin full of like flowers and water, and he did like some little prayer against some incense sticks, and he had this little bracelet which I haven't took off, and I'm not taking off until like it drops off.
Just hope it doesn't break.
Yeah, and then I'm going to stick it in my scrapbook. But he was like,
did you get to choose a colour?
No.
Well, I'm not going to lie with that.
It's terrible.
I'm so colour coordinated. I couldn't.
When I went to Manchester on the weekend, I was like, please, no one look at my arm, because I've just got a little piece of string hanging around
I might ask if they can make a pink one or something.
Yeah.
Or white or something.
But like, he did a little prayer, and he was just like, you know, think of all the negative thoughts, and he poured this water over me. I swear to God, it was so cold. I was there trying not to like scream, and then he was like, he just made me drink out of these like coconut looking kind of things, and he said, whenever you feel stressed, whenever you feel one of those negative emotions that you was getting upset about, he said, I'm here. He said, this bracelet, do not take it off. I couldn't shower 4 hours after the ceremony because apparently it has to like,
really?
The water purification, yeah. So the water has to like go into your system or something. I don't know, but it was a really good experience.
What if you shut yourself? What did you do then?
I don't know, but I just couldn't wash myself until like 10 o'clock in the evening, and I had loads of flowers in my hair. I felt like tangled. I literally felt like tangled, but yeah, it was a good experience, and I would highly recommend it to anyone. I think if you've actually got trauma, go, because I do have trauma, but I don't think I have deep trauma that's like, you know, as bad as what other people have had. And
do you recommend it to people who maybe don't believe in spirituality? Do you think that do you think it would work?
I don't know.
Or do you think that's a struggle?
Because I think if you don't believe, if you're not willing to open up to someone who's going to do a palm reading, then I don't think you'll feel that emotion.
Yeah, that is true.
Like if you're that person who I think it's a spiritual healing retreat. If you're not spiritual, then
you've got no chance.
Your
trauma sticks with you for the rest of your life, like.
But I feel like a lot of people who do have trauma do have some sort of spiritual aspect to them, though.
Yeah.
Because they've had to get through that trauma in some way. They have to turn to something.
They've come to realisation that they do have trauma.
Yeah. No, 100%. I think what's like one of your favourite quotes that always get you through things?
Feel the fear, and do it anyway.
Feel the fear and do it anyway.
Yeah.
That's nice. That is. So like.
Yeah.
So like any situation that you feel uneasy in.
Anything. It could be anything. Anything that gives you fear. There's so many things that can give you fear in life. Even if it's walking to the shop and you don't feel great.
Yeah.
Just do it anyway.
Feel the fear and
you're not going to die, you know. Well, you could.
Mine,
get run over.
Mine's like really cliche. Mine's just like everything happens for a reason, or whatever's meant for me will find me.
Yeah, I think everything happens for a reason is a good one. But there have been some circumstances where I'm a bit like, what's the reason for that?
Yeah.
There is a meaning behind it, but sometimes you just don't figure it out, do you? But
I always think like it's scary, isn't it, really? Because everything that happens in your life, it does happen for a reason. And if something else happened, you could be going down a complete different path. And that's why I say, like, if you get rejected from a job interview, if if you fall out with someone or something doesn't go to plan or you have a breakup or something like that, it does happen for a reason. It's leading you down a path that you need to go down.
That's a bit like, is it the butterfly effect?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, 100%. I highly believe in that. And just like, even holding on to that mentality, it does help you get through life, I think. Definitely. Because you're not holding on to something that's just happened. If you had a breakup and you're like really, really in that emotion where you just can't get out of it, if you just say to yourself, I'm really fucking upset about this, but everything happens for a reason.
That kind of links back to what I was saying earlier.
It kind of guides you on.
Yeah, like whatever you consume, your conscious mind sticks with your subconscious. So if you're telling yourself every day, I love myself, then eventually you will.
Yeah.
You know.
And that's the thing, like affirmations, that's something that I always do. Like, I only started to do it when I went travelling.
Do you think at the start though, you're like, oh, this isn't going to work, like I'm just telling myself and it's just not sinking in?
Yeah, but but then I went to a park in Brisbane on my own one day, and I think I was in a bit of a bad mental state of mind. I couldn't get a job in Australia. Obviously I had my business to work on, but I had rent to pay. Australia's expensive. And I just sat at a park and I was like thinking to myself, I'm not getting a job. And I just literally opened my journal and I was like, on Monday, I'm going to my job. And like, I'd say like all the things that I'm grateful for, all the things that are going to happen to me as if they'd already happened.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm very, like, I've carried that on now. Like in anything in life, I'm like, oh yeah, this week this is happening. Even though it may not be happening. I'm that delusional that it will happen.
Like manifestation, I suppose. Is. But I think with manifestation, if you do truly believe it in your mind and imagine it, people say it does happen, but you do still have to make changes.
Yeah, like that's the thing. If I said to myself, I am a millionaire, I'm not going to be a millionaire unless I put some sort of action to it.
Yeah,
like
it's all about imagining it where it feels real. Like embody it. Like people think manifestation is just like thinking it in your head. It's not. It's like acting.
It's acting.
You've got to embody it. You've got to feel and think the way that you're going to feel in the future of how you want to be. Really,
you're holding yourself accountable. You're writing it down, going, I am this. I am brilliant. I am great. I'm going to do this, or I am this. Like these affirmations, you're manifesting that for yourself because you're pushing yourself to do that and you're pushing yourself to get there.
It's not like
it's just handed on a plate.
No, you've got to make changes.
Yeah.
Even if it's small.
No, 100%. And I think the one thing that I would say to people with like spirituality, or I can't really say anything to be honest because it's your own experience, but I would probably say just anything that like gives you that positivity to keep going and to keep running, just follow it.
And if you don't believe in it, then there was no point in watching this video. But
no, but like it might actually like resonate with some people in the sense that they're not spiritual, but like there is certain things that they hold on to.
I just think people's intake on it is so
different. It's a hard topic to talk about. We can only talk about our experiences and how we feel. Like, you know, with angel numbers, affirmations, manifestation, all of these different things that help us out in life. But
because I could easily believe in something that you don't believe in.
Yeah. And like
vice versa.
Exactly. But if that's something that you're passionate about and that's something that helps you through life, I can't judge you.
No. It's just a way of thinking.
It is a way of thinking.
I think people deep it too much. It's not spirituality, bloody angel numbers and all this palaver. It's just the way of thinking.
It's the way of thinking. It really is. And the things that you believe in and the way that, you know, you want your life to take you, the path that you want it to take.
This podcast could go on for another 3 hours, but I think we are going to have to cut it now.
Yeah, but if anyone has got any sort of like beliefs, any spirituality, anything that they believe in, or anything that just helps them through life, like just having that positive energy from like, you know, inspirational quotes, motivation, anything that inspires them and motivates them to carry on, no matter how hard life is, no matter how good life is. What is your intake on spirituality and beliefs? Because we'd love to know.
I would actually really like to know.
Yeah, so drop us a message on Chit N Chat and we'll have a little browse and we'll have a conversation about it. But we're very, very excited for the next episode. See you there. Bye.